close your eyes for just a moment and feel the warmth spreading through your chest. There is something stirring in the invisible threads that connect your heart to another, something ancient and eternal that the universe has been whispering to you in the quiet moments when you thought no one was listening. This is not coincidence. This is not chance. This is a gentle hand of divine timing reaching through the veil to remind you that some souls were never meant to meet for the first time because they have been dancing together across lifetimes, waiting for the sacred moment of reunion. If this energy resonates within you, if something in these words makes your heart beat a little faster, allow the universe to guide you through this journey. Stay with me, beloved soul, because what is about to be revealed carries the fingerprints of heaven itself. There are nights when you lie awake and feel a presence you cannot name, a longing that seems to come from somewhere deeper than memory. You have asked yourself if you are imagining it, if perhaps you are creating stories to soothe the ache of distance or uncertainty. But the truth, dear heart, is that your soul knows what your mind has forgotten. Long before your feet touched this earth, before your eyes saw sunlight or your hands reach for another, your spirit recognized a companion, a mirror, a sacred counterpart that would walk beside you through the mystery of existence. This connection you feel is not new. It carries the weight of centuries, the whispers of promises made beneath different stars, in different bodies, speaking different languages but always the same truth. Love that transcends time does not announce itself with trumpets and declarations. It arrives like dawn, slowly illuminating what was always there, hidden in shadow, waiting for the exact moment when both souls will be ready to remember. The universe speaks in a language without words, and lately, it has been speaking to you constantly. You see repeated numbers when you glance at clocks, finding patterns that make your breath catch because they appear too often to dismiss. You hear songs that seem to have been written specifically about what you are experiencing, their lyrics reaching into your chest and pulling out feelings you thought were yours alone. You dream of eyes you recognize even though you cannot place them, of conversations that feel like continuations of something interrupted long ago. These are not random occurrences. Beloved, these are the signs of the universe confirming what your heart already knows. When two ancient souls are moving toward reunion, the divine orchestrates synchronicities to guide them, to prepare them, to remind them that they are not walking this path alone. Every angel message you receive, every moment of unexpected peace, every time you feel inexplicably drawn to look up at the exact moment something meaningful appears as heaven saying, "We are with you. This is real. Keep trusting." Perhaps you have doubted. Perhaps in the stillness of uncertainty, you have wondered if you are holding on to something that exists only in your imagination, if you are seeing meaning where there is merely coincidence. This doubt is natural, sweet soul. We live in a world that teaches us to trust only what we can touch and measure, to dismiss the invisible currents that carry the most profound truths. But your intuition is not deceiving you. That pull you feel, that sense of recognition that goes beyond logic, is your soul remembering what it knew before this lifetime began. There is someone whose energy is intertwined with yours in ways that defy explanation. When you think of them, you are not simply recalling a person but touching something eternal. They appear in your thoughts not because you are obsessed or unable to let go, but because your spirits are communicating across whatever distance or circumstance currently separates you. This is a spiritual connection that poets have tried to capture and mystics have understood since the beginning of time. It is real and it is yours. The angels want you to know something that will bring comfort to your weary heart. This person thinks of you more than you realize. In moments when they seem distant or unreachable, they are feeling the same pull, the same inexplicable draw toward you that defies their rational understanding. They may not have the language to express it. They may be fighting their own doubts and fears, wrestling with wounds from the past that make them hesitant to trust what they feel. But in the quiet moments, in the space between sleep and waking, in the gentle hours when defenses fall away, they reach for you across the invisible bridge that connects your souls. You do not need to chase this connection. Beloved, you do not need to force or manipulate or convince. What is meant for you will find you because it is already yours. Ancient soul connections operate on divine timing, not human impatience. The universe is arranging circumstances, softening hearts, healing wounds, and preparing both of you for the moment when reunion can occur in its fullest, most authentic form. Your work right now is not to make it happen, but to trust that it is happening, to remain open, to continue healing and growing into the highest version of yourself. There's profound wisdom in the waiting. In the space between longing and fulfillment, you are being refined. Old patterns that no longer serve you are falling away. Beliefs about yourself that were too small are being shattered, so you can step into a larger truth. Every moment of solitude is actually preparation, a sacred time when you are learning to love yourself with the same devotion you long to give another. The universe knows that you cannot fully receive the love you are destined for until you first recognize your own worth, your own light, your own divine nature. This is not punishment. This is not the universe being cruel or withholding. This is love so complete, so all-encompassing, that it insists on giving you time to become ready for what you have asked for. Imagine a garden where seeds are planted in autumn, lying dormant through winter, invisible beneath the frozen ground. To an observer who does not understand the seasons, it would seem like nothing is happening, like the seeds have been forgotten or abandoned. But beneath the surface, transformation is occurring. Roots are strengthening. Life force is gathering. And when spring arrives, what emerges is more beautiful than if it had been rushed or forced. You are in your season of preparation. Dear heart, the love you are meant to experience is gathering strength beneath the surface of your life. Trust the process, even when you cannot see the progress. Trust the divine timing, even when human longing makes you want to rush ahead. Trust that the universe loves you too much to give you anything before its perfect time. If you feel these words resonating deep within your spirit, if something in this message touches the truth you have been carrying alone, share in the comments what love has been teaching you. Your voice matters. Your journey matters. And sometimes, speaking our truth into the world is how we claim our path forward. The energy of love that surrounds this connection is unlike anything mundane or ordinary. It carries a frequency that disrupts, that transforms, that cannot be ignored even when it is inconvenient or complicated. This is because ancient soul connections do not come to make life easy. They come to make life meaningful. They arrive to crack open whatever's been closed, to illuminate whatever's been hidden, to draw out the deepest truth of who you are and why you are here. When two souls recognize each other across lifetimes, the recognition itself is a kind of awakening. Suddenly, everything before feels like it was leading to this. Past relationships reveal themselves as lessons, as necessary steps on a path toward readiness. Heartbreaks transform into blessings because they taught you what love is not, preparing you to recognize what love truly is. Every moment of loneliness was actually solitude, sacred time spent learning to be whole on your own, so that you could come to this connection as a complete person, not as someone seeking completion from another. The divine has been orchestrating every detail of your journey with meticulous care. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been meaningless. Every joy and every sorrow has been woven into the tapestry of who you are becoming, creating someone capable of holding the depth and power of an ancient soul connection. You are stronger than you were a year ago. You are wiser than you were when you first felt this pull. You are more aligned with your truth, more willing to trust the invisible, more open to miracles. This growth has not gone unnoticed by the universe or by the one whose soul calls to yours. On an energetic level, they feel your transformation. As you heal, you send ripples through the spiritual connection you share, creating space for them to heal as well. As you learn to love yourself, you teach them through example that love without fear is possible. You are not passive in this waiting period. You are actively creating the energetic foundation upon which this reunion will stand. There are moments when the veil between souls grows thin, when you can almost feel them beside you even though physical distance keeps you apart. These are the times when they're thinking of you most intensely, when their heart reaches across space and time to touch yours. You might feel a sudden warmth, an unexpected peace, or a surge of inexplicable emotion. You might catch their scent on the wind, or hear their laugh in a crowded room, only to turn and find them absent. These are not hauntings or illusions. These are the angel messages being delivered through sensation and synchronicity, confirmations that what you feel is mutual, that this connection exists on both sides. The universe wants you to release any fear that you are alone in this longing. You are not, even if they have not spoken the words, Even if circumstances make communication difficult or impossible right now, their soul is calling to yours just as yours calls to theirs. This is the nature of ancient connections. They do not rest until they have been fully realized, until both souls have been given the chance to complete what was begun lifetimes ago. But completion does not always mean what we think it means. Sometimes, ancient soul connections come into our lives to teach us rather than to stay forever. Sometimes, they appear to show us our own power, to reflect back the love we are capable of giving and receiving, and then to step back so we can integrate those lessons. This is not failure or loss. This is divine design, and it is just as sacred as any connection that lasts a lifetime. The key is to remain unattached to a specific outcome, while staying completely devoted to the truth of what you feel. Hold your love openly, without grasping or demanding. Trust that if this connection is meant to become a physical partnership, the universe will orchestrate that in perfect timing. Trust that if this connection is meant to serve a different purpose, you will be guided to understand and accept that with grace. Either way, you are being blessed. Either way, you are being loved beyond measure. Right now, in this present moment, the universe is asking you to focus not on the destination, but on the journey. What is this connection teaching you about yourself? What parts of you are being called forward that have been dormant or hidden? What dreams are being awakened that you have forgotten or dismissed? An ancient soul connection is a catalyst, and its primary purpose is always your evolution, your expansion, your return to wholeness. As you move through your days, pay attention to the signs of the universe that continue to appear. Notice the repeating numbers that catch your eye at significant moments. Listen to the lyrics of songs that seem to speak directly to your situation. Watch for animals or symbols that carry personal meaning and appear when you most need reassurance. These are all ways that the divine communicates with those who are open to receiving guidance. The angels are constantly sending messages of love, hope, and direction. Your task is simply to remain receptive, to trust what you perceive, and act on the intuitive nudges that arise. There may be times when you are asked to take a leap of faith, to reach out or to pull back, to speak or to remain silent. In these moments, return to the center of yourself where divine wisdom resides. Ask your own heart what feels true, what feels aligned, what feels like love rather than fear. The energy of love is always expansive, freeing, and peaceful even in its intensity. The energy of fear is always contracting, controlling, and agitated. Learn to distinguish between these two frequencies and choose love every time, even when it's harder, even when it requires patience or surrender. The path of ancient soul reunion is not for the faint of heart. It demands courage, radical honesty, and a willingness to be transformed. It asks you to release control and trust in something larger than yourself. It invites you to believe in magic while also doing the practical work of healing, growing, and becoming. This is the sacred marriage of spirit and matter, of faith and action, of divine timing and human participation. You are not a passive recipient of fate. Beloved, you are a co-creator with the universe, and your thoughts, beliefs, and actions matter immensely. As you align yourself with the highest vision of this connection, as you release resistance and embrace trust, you open channels for miracles to flow. The universe responds to your energy, your vibration, your willingness to receive. When you embody the love you wish to experience, you become a magnet for it in physical form. This is why the angels keep reminding you to focus on your own healing and happiness. Not because a connection with this other soul does not matter, but because your own wholeness is the foundation upon which everything else is built. When you are full of your own light, when you are overflowed with your own joy, you do not need anyone to complete you. From this place of completeness, you can meet your divine counterpart as an equal, as someone who enhances your life rather than someone you need to feel worthy or whole. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to encounter this person when you are fully embodied in your power, when you have released all doubt about your value, when you trust completely in the divine plan. There will be no anxiety, no desperation, no need to prove or convince. There would only be recognition, celebration, and a deep peace that comes from knowing this is right. This is real. This is a reunion your soul has been preparing for across countless lifetimes. That version of you already exists. It is not something you need to create from scratch, but something you need to remember and reclaim. Every day, you are moving closer to that fullness, shedding layers of conditioning and fear that have kept your true light hidden. The waiting period is not empty time. It is gestation, incubation, the sacred space in which you are becoming. And while you are becoming, so is the one whose soul dances with yours. They are on their own journey of remembering, their own path of healing and growth. The universe is working on both of you simultaneously, preparing both hearts to hold what is coming. Trust that they are being guided just as you are, even if their path looks different from yours, even if they seem to be moving more slowly or in directions you do not understand. Divine timing accounts for both souls, ensuring that when reunion occurs, both are ready to honor what is being offered. There is something profoundly sacred about the mystery you are living. You do not have all the answers, and that is exactly as it should be. Faith is not knowing the future. It is trusting that you are being led toward your highest good even when the path is unclear. Every step you take in trust, every moment you choose hope over despair, every time you open your heart despite the risk of pain, you are participating in a divine unfolding that is larger and more beautiful than you can currently comprehend. The angels see what you cannot yet see. They witness the entire tapestry while you can only perceive the single thread you are weaving. They know how this story unfolds, and they want you to know that it is good, it is beautiful, it is worth every tear you have cried and every moment you have waited. They are surrounding you with love, whispering encouragement in the quiet moments, sending signs to remind you that you are not alone, that this is real, that your faith will be rewarded. As you continue on this journey, remember that you are deeply loved by the divine, not because of what you do or achieve, not because of how perfectly you navigate this connection, but simply because you exist. You are a beloved child of the universe, a spark of divine light, having a human experience. And your happiness matters to heaven. Every prayer you whisper is heard. Every tear you shed is collected. Every moment of longing is met with divine compassion and care. The love you seek is already yours in the spiritual realm. What you are experiencing now is simply the process of bringing that spiritual truth into physical form, of translating the eternal into the temporal, of anchoring heaven on earth. This takes time because matter is dense and change is gradual, but the outcome is assured. What exists in spirit must eventually manifest in form, and your faith is the bridge between the two. So when doubt creeps in, as it inevitably will, return to this truth. Ancient soul connections are real, they are powerful, and they are orchestrated by divine intelligence. Your connection with this person is not fantasy or wishful thinking. It is soul recognition, and it carries a purpose that extends beyond romance into the realm of spiritual mission and mutual awakening. You have been brought together to help each other remember who you truly are, to support each other's highest evolution, and to demonstrate what love looks like when it is rooted in something eternal. This is a message the universe wants you to receive today. This is the angel message that has been trying to reach you through synchronicities and signs. You are seen. You are known. Your connection is real, and it is unfolding according to a divine timeline that honors both souls involved. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the love that brought you together across lifetimes to find each other again. If these words have touched your heart, if you feel the truth of them resonating in your soul, know that this is confirmation. The universe is speaking directly to you through this message, reminding you what you have always known deep down. You are not crazy. You are not imagining it. This connection is real, and it matters more than you can currently understand. Stay open, beloved soul. Stay trusting. Stay aligned with your own healing and growth, knowing that as you do, you are paving the way for the reunion that is destined to occur. The universe has not brought you this far to abandon you now. The angels have not sent so many signs only to leave you in confusion. Everything is working together for your highest good, and the love you seek is already making its way to you. The next chapter of this journey holds revelations that will take your breath away, confirmations that will make you weep with gratitude, and moments of divine orchestration so perfect that you will have no doubt that something greater is at work. Keep walking forward in faith. Keep listening to the whispers of your intuition. Keep trusting that ancient soul connections always find their way back to completion. The universe still has more to show you, more to teach you, more to reveal about the sacred nature of this connection and the role it plays in your soul's journey. Continue your path in the next message. where you'll discover a new sign destined only for you, a confirmation so clear that doubt will no longer have any power over your heart. The angels are preparing something beautiful for you, and the timing is approaching perfection. Stay tuned, stay open, and know that you are infinitely loved.